and welcome to our talk today, Dancing Through the Witching Hour. My name is Amber, and I'm the co-founder of GroovaRoo Dance, and we teach baby wearing and prenatal dance class with a focus on bonding with your baby in the first 1,000 days of life. So here I have Nicola with me, all the way from Scotland, and I'm here in the US. And Nicola is one of our GroovaRoo teachers, and for at least 2 years now, right?
Yeah.
And she has many, many other offerings in her area just outside of Edinburgh. Would you like to share a little bit about that, Nicola?
Yeah, thanks, Amber. Hi, everybody. Lovely to be here today with you. I'm Nicola Wilson, and I run a range of classes. I'm based in Kirkliston in Edinburgh, and I run hypnobirthing the Wongan method. I've been a GroovaRoo dance instructor for the last 2 years now, and I also run baby massage and baby yoga classes as well. And I started up my business 4 years ago, and when I had my children, I really fell in love with everything to do with pregnancy and birth and providing that really positive start for families, and then providing classes that really have bonding and attachment and closeness with our babies as the focus. So yeah, GroovaRoo Dance has been a wonderful thing for me to add on to my repertoire of classes I offer. And yeah, it's a wonderful thing to do with your baby. So we're delighted to be sharing a bit about that with you today.
Definitely. You know, one of the common things that we hear in our classes is, oh, it's so hard. And I'm sure you caregivers out there, moms and dads, know that it's, it can be really hard during this time period, during what everybody refers to kind of as a witching hour, right? During that sunset time period where a baby seems maybe a little bit fussy. They don't need a change. They don't need to be fed. They're not interested. And you say, oh my gosh, what should I do? How can I help soothe my baby and, put them at ease? But through that process, sometimes, as a parent or as a caregiver, we can get really anxious in that too. So what we found through our classes is that dancing, moving with your baby during this time period can be really helpful because not only does it help soothe the baby, but it helps calm the parents down as well.
Absolutely.
And so we like to talk a little bit about, how the relationship between the experience of a baby in utero and then being able to create a similar experience for them after they're born can be a really important part of this. Because if you think about it, a baby is in utero and they have that experience of, hearing the mother's heartbeat and feeling the rhythms of her body. I often hear, and I had this experience for myself, is that I moved a lot during my pregnancy, and I found that my son, who is now 4 years old, he wanted to be in constant motion when he was born, and my husband said, well, I wonder why that is, Amber. So there's, this relationship between their experience in the first stages of their life and how they are in the world afterwards. So being able to create that experience after, the rhythms of the body, hearing the heartbeat, hearing the voices of not only the mom but the dad as well, can be very soothing for the baby, as well as, they're in a close, contained space. And so if you can create that in arms or in a baby carrier, this can be really, really soothing for a baby. So we find all of these things can be really beneficial. When we're wearing our babies, when we're moving with our babies, we can create that experience that they experienced in utero, and then that creates that safety and security that they're looking for, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And as a hypnobirthing instructor, that's something that we absolutely consider and discuss in hypnobirthing classes, how babies are treated when they're born as well, because it used to be thought that babies were sort of non-emotional. They were almost like a blank slate when they were born. They wouldn't really remember the experience of birth or how they were handled. But we're now understanding that babies have consciousness even in the womb, and that they have an emotional life even in the womb. And when they're born, to be handled gently and to have skin to skin has been recognised as really crucial for babies, and to have that close contact so that they can transition to life outside the womb as gently as possible is really, really crucial.
Definitely. And I think, the other component about this is, especially when they're at an age where they a baby isn't able to move on their own, they need help with this. So there's a really great quote by Jean Lidloff, who wrote the continuum concept, and I just want to share this with you guys right now because I just think it really it gets to the point of this. So she says, and this is in a paper she wrote called The Importance of the In-Arms Phase. So she says the second essential function of the in-arms experience is to provide babies with a means of discharging their excess energy until they are able to do it themselves. In the months before being able to get around under their own power, babies accumulate energy from the absorption of food and sunshine. A baby, therefore, needs constant contact with the energy field of an active person who can discharge the unused excess energy for each of them. And then she goes on to talk about, which is I find very, very interesting. And this is she studied down in South America and stayed with different tribes down there. And one of the tribes that she stayed with, the Yaquanya tribe, she said the babies there don't arch, kick, or flex to relieve themselves of an uncomfortable accumulation of energy because they don't have it, because they carry their babies, they wear their babies all day long, so their babies are able to release their own energy. So how many of you have experienced this? I know I certainly did in those early stages with my son of, this arching and moving around in resistance to kind of anything else. But then oftentimes what would happen is my husband, the co-founder of GroovaRoo Dance, Mishi, he would put Eamon in a carrier and he would dance around the house with him, and that would soothe him down. And it was just amazing. I mean, that just really thinking about if a baby can't move and release their own energy, they need our help to do that. And obviously, if you're in kind of a stroller or that sort of thing, they're getting other stimulation, but they're not moving their bodies. They're not getting that assistance of moving their bodies. And when I read this, I thought, wow, this is so powerful because this, like, all parents need to hear this, right? I mean, it's just I think most parents experience this, and it needs to be heard so that we can understand it better. And then we
Yeah.
don't have to feel like, oh, I'm doing something wrong, or something's wrong with my baby.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's something that obviously from becoming a GroovaRoo dance instructor, learned about how that physical, association with moving with your baby and what dance does, which really opened my eyes. And I always talk with the parents that I work with about following your instincts. And
Mm,
it's I learned a lot about myself. I did all my baby class training when my children were slightly past that stage. So looking back, it's quite interesting to think about my experience. And I do remember that sort of arching and thinking, gosh, they maybe need fed, or I'll try and feed them again, or maybe it's their tummy, because sometimes when they arch their back like that, we often think it must be colic, it must be their stomach that's causing them pain.
mhm,
And I don't think it's something that's commonly known that
mm,
babies can be helped to expend their energy, and maybe that's why they're upset at that time and how helpful that can be. And I used to just put on my music in the evening. My husband would often be at work and I'd be on my own with a new baby, and I would stand beside my stereo at the time. I didn't even have internet on my phone or anything at that time. I was only 9. It wasn't that long ago, but I would stand beside my stereo and I'd turn the music up at quite a decent volume,
yeah.
and I would rock and I would sway my hips in a figure of 8. And that's what helped to get him to sleep every
Mhm.
single evening for a long time. And it was always the same song.
Right.
And that was me sort of following my instinct. So it's really, when you read about that and when you understand it, a
Yeah.
lot sort of slots into place as a parent as well, I think.
Definitely. Yeah, I love that connection. And it is, and I've been coming back to that so much lately that so often your intuition is correct, right? And then, but
Yeah.
there's this, I think in this generation, there is, uh, this concern about, oh, I haven't read all the books or I don't know all the information, and there's a little bit of fear about following your intuition, whereas like the generation or my mother's generation, they just did it so naturally. And it's a really interesting shift. It's great that there's so much information out there, but then it can be very overwhelming at the same
Yeah.
time. So just taking that moment to pause and follow it, I think, is such a good parenting tool. It doesn't matter what
Absolutely.
age they are.
Yeah, exactly.
So, now we want to take an opportunity to share a dance with you. It's one of our favorite dances, definitely one of Nicola's favorite dances, and it's called Nobody Cries Alone. And so we're going to go ahead and do that. So we'd love for you to join us and dance along with us. We're going to teach you the steps. And before we do that, we're going to take a moment to demonstrate how to use a stretchy wrap. So a stretchy wrap is like that long piece of fabric with some stretch in it. So it's really great for when babies are very small, and it really creates that sense of closeness and security for the baby that they get in utero, which is really, really great. So we're going to go ahead and do that right now. All right, so we're going to do our stretchy wrap demo. I have a Solly wrap here, so you can see it has a lot of stretch in it, and it's a pretty thin fabric. So you'll just have to play with yours when you get it and see how it works for you. So what we're going to do is there's usually some kind of tag or middle marker. So you're going to place that high up onto your chest, and you're just going to gather the top third of it in your hand and then bring it around your back. And then from here, I'll turn around so you can see me. I'm going to pinch the carrier with one hand, and then I'm going to take my opposite hand and reach underneath and pull these two sides out, just holding the top sides like butterfly wings, right? And then we're going to go up and over the shoulders. Good. So there's usually a little fixing that you have to do there with your clothing before you move on. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to gather the material with my fingers over my shoulders. And this is just going to help so you don't get twisted along the way. So I start next to my ear and just gather this in with my fingers. Then you're going to take these two sides together and drop it through. And then from here, especially if you have a very stretchy wrap, you want to tighten this up a little bit because this is going to take out a lot of the extra slack in your carrier, so you don't have to do it at the end. And then we're going to cross the two sides, usually around the belly button, but it's going to be where your baby sits on your body naturally. You're holding them in your arms. Wrap it around your back. You can either tie off here if you don't have excess fabric like I do, but I'm going to go ahead and come around the front and do a loose double knot. Now from here I want to make sure I have enough room for my baby, so I'm going to bring down this middle piece here and then just check if I have enough room there. It should be about 6 to 8 inches away from your body, depending on the size of your baby. I'm going to tighten this up a little bit here. And then I'm going to get my baby Pepe here. And before my baby goes into the wrap, I want to see which side, and I'll get a little closer up here, which side is the inside pass. And then I'm going to place my baby on the shoulder on the opposite side. And then I'm going to guide my baby's legs in on that inside pass and kind of bring them around the other side and then guide their leg in on the other side here. Get their little arms tucked in, and then I'm going to pull the fabric across my baby's bum, and you want to get it to about knee to knee positioning here. So you're giving them a nice seat to support them, and then you're going to do the same thing on the other side. Pull that right across. So as you can see, the fabric goes all the way up to the nape of the baby's neck here. And then we're going to take this middle piece and bring baby's legs through on either side. And then you should have that marker or that tag. You can see I have my tag right here, and we're just going to pull that up our baby's back. And this middle piece usually helps to bring the baby closer into your body. So it's just a nice container for the baby. And then you can spread out the shoulders a little bit. You can spread it along your back. And this is going to make the weight evenly distributed onto the body. And then, if you do have extra slack in your carrier, so you can see this is a little loose right here, we want to get this out so we're nice and snug. What I'm going to do is reach from the back of the shoulders, bring it around to the front, and then I'm going to pull through the seat, getting that excess out of the carrier. Do it one more time. There we go. And then I'm going to spread that across the shoulders again. And then the final step here, as you can see, I have a lot of extra down here of all that slack that I took out. So I'm going to retie this knot into a double knot here. Good. All right. Everybody looks great. And if you do have questions about this, I am a baby wearing educator, so you are welcome to email me and we can set up an online consult. I'm happy to do that for you. So it's if you would like to do that, go ahead and go to GroovaRoodance@gmail.com is the email address, and just send me a message and we can get that set up for you. So now that we are ready with our babies to dance, we're going to go ahead and do some breathing before we get started.
Okay, so now we've got our babies nice and snug. We are going to inhale and bring our arms up. So nice inhale through the nose, bringing your arms up. And when we exhale, we're going to say, ah. We're going to hug our baby. And then we're going to bring our arms out to the side, like cactus arms, opening up the chest. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. On the exhale, we're going to say, hug our babies. And as we have our babies nice and close and snug on our bodies, I just want you to think about a one-word intention. So think about how you're feeling now and how you would like to feel by the end of this little dance experience that we're going to have together. How would you like to feel? Just taking a nice deep breath in and out, and just setting that one word intention for yourself. Lovely.
Wonderful. I don't know about you, but I feel great. I love Nicola's voice. It's so calming and relaxing. So we're going to go ahead and get started with teaching you our dance. So I'm just going to quickly move my camera down here so you can see my feet a little bit better. There we go. And I'm going to back up here. Perfect. So before we get started, we're going to flip our screen. And the reason we're doing this is that we want you to be able to follow along right with our feet, so that when we go to the right, you go to the right as well. So we're going to go 3, 2, 1, flip the screen. Great, now we should be on the opposite sides. So the first part of this dance is going to be, it's called a Cheiron step, and I'll demonstrate it for you. And I'm actually going to bring these ties around so that you can see my feet a little bit better and it doesn't get in the way. So placing at least one hand around baby's neck, maybe the other around baby's bum. We're going to take our right foot forward, and before we do the rhythm of it, I'll just do the steps. So you're going to go step, step behind, starting with the right foot, and then rock, rock. So let's do that together. 5, 6, here we go. Step, back, step, rock, rock. So I'll show you from a side view what that looks like. So we go step, back, step. So it's like a hook behind step, and then rock left and right. Let's do that all together. And we'll do 2 of those. 5, 6, here we go. We go step, back, step, rock, rock, step, back, step, rock, rock. And as you can her timing is going to be a little off of mine since this is recorded. So just be aware of that. Don't get too distracted by it. Just choose which person you want to follow and then just stick with that person so you don't get confused. So let's try that stuff again. Starting with your right foot. Step, step behind, rock, rock. Now left foot, step behind, rock, rock. And that is actually the rhythm. So it goes step, back step, rock, rock, step, back step, rock, rock. So let's try that again. 5, 6, here we go. We go step, step behind, rock, rock, step, step behind, rock, rock. Good. So as you can see, I've moved forward. So now I'm going to take my steps back with the cha-cha, starting with my right foot, because our weight should be on our left foot. So we'll go back, cha-cha-cha. So this is a step together step, step together step, and then rock, 2, 4. Good. So let's move up again, and we'll try that together. So you're going to do the cha-cha step 2 times, and then rock for 4 times. So we're going to go step together step, step together step, and rock, 2, 3, 4. Good. So let's put that all together without the music, and then we're going to put the music on and try it along with the music, which is a lot more fun, right? So we're going to start with that step, step behind, rock, rock, right? 5, 6, here we go. We go step, hook, rock, rock, step, hook, step, rock, rock. And then cha-cha-cha, cha-cha-cha, rock it out. 2, 3, do it again. And step, step behind, rock, rock, step, step behind, rock, rock. Take it back, 2, 3, back, 2, 3, rock it out. 2, 3, 4. Great, how did that feel? Let's take a nice inhale, reaching our arms up to the sky. And exhale, and hug our babies. Oh, say thank you, baby, for being my dance partner today. All right, so let's go ahead and put the music on. And with this song, it does start right away. So actually, I might just hold this so we can start right away. Here we go. Step, step behind, rock, rock, step, step behind, rock, rock, cha-cha-cha, cha-cha-cha, rock, 2, 3, 4. And then we're gonna wait, and wait, wait, and wait. We're gonna try it again.
In this home, nobody cries alone.
5, 6, here we go.
When you feel
Step behind, rock, rock, step behind, rock, rock, and cha-cha-cha, cha-cha-cha, rock it out. Good.
like a
Great.
candle,
We'll do it one more time.
I will hold you through the night. I will make, 'cause nobody cries alone.
Here we go. Here we go.
Whenever you tremble,
Step, step behind, rock,
whenever
rock,
your voice
step,
can't
step
find
behind, rock,
words,
rock,
whatever you try to
cha-cha-cha, cha-cha-cha,
know that your
and rock,
heart don't be
2,
alone,
3,
and I
4.
will be waiting.
Great! Oh, it's so much better with music. Wonderful. Well, now Nicola is going to teach the second part of this dance. So that ending part where we were just standing and rocking, now we're going to learn that part.
Perfect. So let's fill in that gap then. So what we're going to do is we're going to step to the right, and then we're going to go out, in, out. And then we're going to do that same on the left. We're going to step left together, out, in, out. So let's try that again. We're starting with the right foot. We're going step right together, out, in, out. Step left together, out, in, out. Nice and simple. And now we're going to do a step called a smile dip. And we want to widen our stance slightly for this one. And we are going to soften our knees, and we're going to dip down and up. So it's like you're making a sort of smiley shape with your bottom, okay? We're going to go smile dip. So your hips are going to the right, to the left, and then we're going to rock it out. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so let's try that one more time. We're going to step to the right, together, and then out, in, out with the left. So we're going step right, together, out, in, out, step left, together, out, in, out. We're going down and up with those hips, down and up, and rock. 2, 3, 4. Perfect.
All right. So let's go ahead and put those two parts together with the music.
Whenever you stumble,
Step behind, rock.
whenever your problems
Step behind, rock.
whenever you
Now,
worry,
cha, 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 cha,
know
cha,
that your
and
heart
rock.
don't
2,
leave alone,
3,
and
4.
I will be
Slide
waiting
to the right, out, in, out.
with a hand
Slide
to
to the
hold
left,
on to.
out, in, out.
'Cause in
And
this
smile,
home,
smile,
nobody cries
and
alone.
rock. 2, 3, 4.
So when you're
Do
feeling
it
all
again.
alone,
Rock, rock.
I'll be
Step
shining
behind,
up
rock, rock.
like a
Cha,
starlight,
cha, cha.
waiting
Cha,
to
cha,
guide you
and
home.
rock. 2, 3, 4.
You're like a candle
Slide in,
holds the light.
out, in, out.
I'm holding you
Slide
through
in,
the night.
out, in, out.
I'm made,
Smile,
'cause
smile,
nobody cries
and
alone.
rock. 2, 3,
Whenever
4.
you tremble,
Nice.
whenever your voice.
All right, so that is actually most of the dance, which is great. So there's just one more part of the dance, which is the chorus. So we're going to go ahead and go over that now.
Perfect. So with the chorus, the simplest part of the dance, we are going to walk to the right for 3 and tap. So we're going to go right, 2, 3, tap with your left foot, and then you're going to go left, 2, 3, and tap. Then we're going to do our smile dips again. We're going to do 2 smile dips. So we're going smile, dip, and then we're just going to rock for 4 again. Rock, 2, 3, 4. So let's try that once more. We're walking to the right for 3 and then tap with the left foot. Ready? Walk, 2, 3, and tap. Left, 2, 3, and tap. Smile, dip, and rock. 2, 3, 4. And we do that 3 times. That's right, Amber?
3 times the first round. Yep.
3 times.
Yeah, so it's nice and simple, this dance. It's so just practice along with the video. If you watch it and you need a little bit more practice, you can always go back and watch it again. So we're going to go ahead and practice each section 1 time without the music, and then we're going to do the whole song together. And don't worry, we'll call out all the moves as we go along, so you can follow along with us. So let's go ahead and start with part 1. So doing that up and back, that hook step. 5, 6. Start with your right foot. Step, hook, step, rock, rock. Step, hook, step, rock, rock. Cha, 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 and rock. 2, 3, 4. Now slide together, out, in, out. Slide together, out, in, out. Smile, dip, and rock. 2. Now we'll do the chorus. So we walk, 2, 3, and tap. Walk, 2, 3, and tap. Smile, dip, and rock. 2, 3, 4. Excellent. So those are all the parts of the dance right there. So the sequence is actually going to be, if you can remember, 4, 3, 1, 2. And if you don't remember this during the dance, it's not a problem. Like we said, we'll call out the moves. But what that means is we're going to do parts 1 and 2 together. We're going to do 4 times at the beginning. Then we're going to do the chorus 3 times. Then we're going to do that part 1 and 2 1 time. And then we're going to do the chorus 2 times to the end of the song. So just have fun with it. Let's take a nice inhale, reaching our arms up to the sky. And exhale. And hug our babies. Good. And then inhale, opening your shoulders. And exhale. Good. And just taking a moment, closing your eyes, and revisiting that intention that you set at the beginning of our time together. Taking a nice deep breath in. And sharing your love with your baby. Now remember, it doesn't matter if you mess up the steps. It's all about just having this sweet connection with you and your baby and just moving and grooving with them. So let's have a little fun. Here we go. Step behind, rock, rock. Step behind, rock, rock. Cha-cha-cha, cha-cha-cha, and rock. 2, 3, 4. Slide in, out, slide in, out, smile dip, and rock. 2, do it again. Step behind, rock, rock.
I'll be shining on
Rock, rock,
like a
and
starlight,
cha-cha.
waiting to guide you
Rock
home.
it out. 2, let's do some
And like a
slides.
candle
Slide in,
holds the light,
out,
I will hold
slide
you
in,
through the night.
out,
I'm
smile
made,
dip,
'cause nobody cries
and
alone.
rock it out. Do it
Whenever
again.
you tremble,
Number 3.
whenever your voice can't find the words, whatever your
Now
trouble,
cha-cha,
know that your
and
heart
rock.
don't beat alone.
Let's
And I will be waiting
Out,
from the day to night to night. Through the
Smile
darkness, 'cause nobody cries
and
alone.
rock. And one more
So
time.
when you're feeling
Step
all
behind,
alone, I'll be shining on like a
and
starlight,
cha-cha,
waiting to guide you
and
home.
rock. Now
And
slide.
like a candle holds the light, I will hold you through the night.
Smile dip.
I'll remain, 'cause nobody cries alone.
Rock. Now let's do the chorus. Here we go. And rock it
Nobody
out.
cries alone.
And if you know it, you can sing
Nobody
along.
cries alone.
Smile dip.
I remain, 'cause nobody cries alone.
And do it again.
Every little thing is gonna be alright. Every little thing is gonna be alright. Every little thing is gonna be alright. I
And
know.
rock. One more time.
Every little thing is gonna be alright. Every little thing is gonna be alright. Every little thing is gonna be alright. I
Rock
know.
it out. There's a little pause. You can cuddle your baby.
Whenever you stumble,
Step behind, rock.
whenever your problems overload, whenever you
Now
worry,
cha-cha.
know that your
Rock it
heart
out.
don't beat alone. And I will be waiting
Slide in, out,
with a hand to hold on to. 'Cause in this
Smile
home, nobody cries
rock it
alone.
out. Now we'll go do the chorus. Here we go.
Nobody cries alone. Nobody cries alone. I remain, 'cause nobody cries
Rock it
alone.
out. One more time.
Nobody cries alone. Nobody cries alone. I remain, 'cause nobody cries alone. I remain,
You can put
'cause
your right
nobody
hand out.
cries alone.
Hands on baby. Dip and kiss your baby. Oh, beautiful. I just love that song. And I love having this nice little cuddle. It definitely makes me want to dance with a baby soon. Maybe not mine, but somebody else's.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good alternative little cuddle
Definitely.
from our dolly.
That's right. All the fake babies in the world need love too. Oh, that was a lot of fun. Thank you so much for joining us today. We had a great time and we hope you did too. If you would like to find more information on GroovaRoo dance and everything that we do, please visit our website, groovaroo.com. And you can learn about either if you're interested in taking a class or if you would like to bring GroovaRoo to your community and teach classes.
And if you would like to find out about classes with myself, you can contact me, info@nicolawilsonhypnobirthing.com.
Perfect. And we will see you all next time. Bye.
Bye.